Good evening, everybody. In case you're wondering, maybe you heard this on the national news today. It's true. 118 degrees right now at my house. It's sweltering. You can fry an egg on the patio if you broke an egg out there. So welcome to UZoom Live. My name is Joe. I'm going to be your host this evening. And what I would like to do is just kind of like have a relaxed conversation rather than use PowerPoints. I know many of you guys are used to seeing PowerPoint slides and or an organized presentation for something like we're going to be doing here this evening. And we do those things. We do have organized presentations and we do have slides, and you'll be seeing a lot of stuff as we move through the next 90 days, moving to our formal launch. But this evening, what I want to do is just have like a relaxed conversation with you. You know, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the heat, but I'm really in the mood to just like get real. As you can see, I'm actually, because of the heat, I'm wearing something I don't normally do for an event like this. So again, my name is Joe, and I think that I am uniquely qualified to share some of this information with you. My own little bit about my own background. I'm a professional. I am psychologically unemployable. I've been working for myself my entire life. As a matter of fact, I was introduced to free enterprise when I was about 11, maybe 12 years old, when I was able to subcontract the physical labor side of my paper route to my brother. I realized then I could roll the papers, I could put them in the bag and send him out to deliver the papers, pay him small piece, 20 cents, 30 cents on the dollar, and then I was able to leverage my time, and I've been kind of like in that mode ever since. I think Leave It to Beaver would be my real inspiration. I used to love that show. I think that was my real inspiration to get started in free enterprise. But along the way, I did a lot of different things. I was a business owner, brick and mortar stuff. I spent many, many years in the entertainment business. I traveled the world. And back in 1995, after coming through my insurance agency business, I was also a loan officer in the mortgage industry at that time. And you know, I just fell upon some tough times. I made some decisions that probably most people my age were making. And I ended up pretty much out of gas. Everything was over with. My girlfriend had left me, and I was getting kicked out of my apartment. That's a true story. They had turned the gas off. I was living in Illinois, Downers Grove, Illinois at that point. My car was repoed. Everything had gone wrong. And there I was. I found myself really having to make some hard choices. And that's when I was introduced to this top tier direct selling arena. Top tier, where the real money is. I was sitting there one day going through the USA Today. This is before the internet, right? We're talking 1995, 1994. I was going through USA Today. The internet wasn't even on the scene yet. And there was an ad I saw in the newspaper in USA Today. The ad kind of spoke directly to me. It was simple. It talked about international banking. It talked about making real money if you have the work ethic. Very short, 3 lines. There was an 800 number in there. Call for more information. So I called the 800 number, and I listened to it was a very short, a sizzle call, asked me for my name and phone number if I would like more information. So what I did is I left my name and my phone number, and pretty quickly, within the same day, a guy called me back. His name was Stefan. He lived in Canada. I was living in Chicago, and he kind of just interviewed me. He gave me a little short interview. There was no selling. He was just like, kind of curious to see if I really had some ambition. If I had to, could I come up with some money to start a business? Apparently, I answered the questions correctly, because he then invited me to come and hear a live presentation call. It was about a 30-minute presentation. It was very well organized. There was a lot of people on the phone giving testimonials. And at the conclusion of the telephone call, I hung up, and then he followed up with me just to collect my decision. He wanted to know, am I in or am I out? Does this make sense to me? Can I see myself doing this? And obviously, I could see myself doing it. It was in my wheelhouse. And I could see where the money was, and I can see where it was a very exciting program to be involved in. Only issue was I didn't have any money. And I share this with you guys today because as we move forward here, as we go through the next 30, 40 minutes here, we're going to talk about some pretty big numbers. And one of the greatest objections that we always hear in direct selling is, I don't have the money. Haven't you heard that? If you're really a serious professional, or if you're getting to the professional ranks, or if you're taking your network marketing business seriously, how many times have you heard, this sounds great, but I don't have the money? When somebody says that to me, when somebody says that to me, what I say to them is, well, are you talking to me on a cell phone right now? Yes, I am. And did you have Starbucks today? Mm-hmm. Did you have a burger? Did you get a fast food maybe within the last week or so? Yeah, I did. Well, then don't tell me you don't have the money. You have the money. You're just allocating it somewhere else. And I say that quite sincerely because I was broke. I was getting kicked out. So what my point is that I had to borrow it. I made a phone call. The guy's name was Pete. He was in my contemporary. He was doing extraordinarily well. I knew he had financial resources, and I knew that if I humbled myself and just asked him straight up, that the likelihood of me getting my hands on a couple $1,000 was pretty good. And so that's what I did. I called Pete. I explained to him exactly where I was. He knows me. I said, I need a couple $1,000. He's like, no problem, dude. I don't even think we used the term dude then. This is pre-dude. Okay, so the real story then is that I went and I borrowed $2,000 from my friend Pete. And now I was at the moment of truth, right? Now I was sitting there going, okay, I got $2,000. I can pay my rent. I can bring my car note up to speed, and now I have my car back. I can pay off my phone bill. Remember the old days? Remember before the internet? Remember when men were men? And our routine phone bill would be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in network marketing, remember? That was true. So thank you, Peter. I don't know if I'm getting some information here. Please excuse me if I seem distracted. People are hitting me up right now on Skype. But so then I hit this fork in the road, right? I can get my car back. I can get the heat turned on. I can do all these things. $2,000 at that time was enough to get it done. But I had made a decision that I was going to start a new business. I made a decision that I was going to go through a door and I was going to take responsibility and I was going to be responsible for my own economy, kind of like a U economy. And I can remember the day. It was on Lamont Road in Downers Grove, Illinois, when I had to go to a currency exchange. And I got an international money order payable to Stefan Hedek. And I put it in a FedEx envelope and I sent it to a total stranger in a different country. And I rolled up my sleeves and I went to work and I made $10,000 in my first 30 days, paid off the debt, paid off the bills, and I was just getting started. And since then, I have had an extraordinary, extraordinary time. You know, sometimes you have to make that decision. I was kind of freaked out. What have I done? I just sent my last money to a total stranger in a different country. Am I nuts? No, I wasn't nuts because these programs do work if you're willing to do the work. Of course, I had to stretch. I had to get outside of my comfort zone. I had to learn to deal on the telephone because everything was on the phone. There was no internet. Fax on demand, that was it. You would fax stuff and you would talk to people. And I share this with you because I know that so many people are going up against that that objection, no money. I know many of you right now are going to hear some stuff that really sounds good, but when we start talking about $1,500, $3,000, $6,000, all the way up to 50 grand, I know some of you guys are going to be like, what, 50 grand? Well, it's one time out of pocket. It's not about what you're going to spend. It's about what you are willing to receive. It's about your own self-image. And this is the reason I share this with you guys, is because I want you to understand that every single one of us who is successful or who are having results have gone through it. It's always uncomfortable. Some of my greatest years in direct selling where I made 7 figures. I had a Ferrari. I also had a Maserati, living in a great big house. That was followed up by some of my most difficult times. It's been a roller coaster. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. But the cool thing is that the roller coaster at the end of the day always comes to a nice gentle stop. And we get out and we go to bed and then it starts over again tomorrow. So that's my story. That's what brings me here. I also was a company founder. I owned my own company for 6 years, direct selling, top tier. We were firewalkers. It was very, very exciting. Influenced a lot of lives, impacted a lot of people. So I've been on both sides. I've been a broke marketer getting started. I've been a chief operations officer for one of the biggest companies. I was the CEO and founder of a direct selling company. And now I'm here in the U economy with each and every one of you. So that's my story. And I wanted to get you guys, I want you to understand who I am and why I can speak with such passion about what I'm going to share with you here today. So I was also going to go with some statistics. I found some stuff. Somebody sent this to me. Here's the marketplace, right, for the U economy. And I'm going to talk about U economy, who it is, who the founder is, what the products are, and how we get paid. Before I go there, though, I want you to consider the marketplace that we're living in. The marketplace. The people who we are going to be sharing YouEconomy with. Dig this. This came on the internet, so it must be true, right? Everything on the internet. But here's what it says. 46% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved to retirement. 29% of all American workers have less than $1,000 saved for retirement. That comes from the Employee Benefit Research Institute. How about this one? And this is really kind of scary. Although this is a good thing. This speaks to how strong our market is. 40% of baby boomers, you know who you are, 40% of baby boomers now plan to work until they drop. Do you think they want to, or do you think they've got to? 36% of Americans say they don't contribute anything at all to retirement savings. That comes from the CNBC. And 46% of adults say they are extremely or very concerned about having money for a comfortable retirement. And that comes from lifehappens.org. So welcome to YouEconomy. YouEconomy is going to be your opportunity to take control of your finances once and for all. Now, it's going to be a challenge for some. It's going to be very, very simple for others. But it's not going to be easy for any of us because it's going to require a different way of thinking. It's going to require, for some, a paradigm shift, and it's going to require consistency that most people lack, quite frankly. You're always going to get the truth at YouEconomy. But this is a real opportunity for each and every one of us to be responsible for our own income and to be responsible for our own result and to really start having the money to live the life that we truly deserve. So let me talk about the other aspect of YouEconomy. Right now, the YouEconomy is online, completely 100% online. We're in the e-learning sector. We're in the e-learning business. E-learning meaning electronics, meaning electronic delivery. There's no warehousing of product. There's no shipping of boxes of stuff, which I have done. I know many of us have. There's none of that stuff. There's no inventory control. There's no shipping. There's no receiving. It's e-learning. It's available on the internet, and all of the products here at YouEconomy are in that e-learning segment. Now, if you think that that is like big, or maybe you haven't heard about e-learning and really don't understand what it is, let me just say this. According to Forbes magazine, the e-learning sector, which is where we are, that's the sector that we live in, will generate $107 billion this year. $107 billion. You know what that really is? 107 billion. I'm going to give you an opportunity to really get your mind around $107 billion in the space that we are currently in. Let me break it down for you. Every single second, $3,373.46 is being spent on e-learning. Let's take it to the next level. Every single minute. Now, we've been here for 13 minutes. So you can multiply this by 13, $226,407.21 per minute is being exchanged right now as we speak on the internet. And if you go to the real level here, this is where it gets really crazy. I'm talking about hourly, okay? Every single hour. You know, they talk about the minimum wage, 15 bucks an hour. Remember when you had a gig for 20, 25, 30 bucks an hour? Maybe you got 50 an hour. Top fluent lawyers are 150, 200 bucks an hour. Our marketplace, e-learning, are you ready for this? And you can research this. $13,584,474.88 per hour will be spent on e-learning. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. That's what you call $107 billion. What's a billion? I think it's 1,000 million, right? So we have people who are hungry for this information. We have a marketplace that has been proven. It is huge. It's huge. There are serious numbers being exchanged, which brings us to you, YouCrew. YouCrew is the foundational element in YouEconomy. The basics is YouCrew. Every single person here, every single person in YouEconomy must be a member of YouCrew. You have to be. Otherwise, you're not in YouEconomy. It's like a golf course community, right? You have to be a member of the community to play the golf. Whether you play golf or not is immaterial. But you got to be a member of the club before you can even consider playing the golf. And you know, so that's kind of what it is. Youre is foundational. It's fundamental. Every single person here and every single person forever will be a member of Youre. Youre is where you get, and Youre is $49.95. It's a recurable, right? So it's a every single month. It's a $49.95 play, $49.95. And of the $49.95, 84% is being paid out in commission. Now I did the math. I think it equates down to like 17 cents goes to the company, or it's just, or a small, for $17 goes to the company, and the rest of the money is being paid out over 7 levels in a unilevel compensation plan. It's very, very cool. It is very, very profitable. Right here, right now, today, we have people who are already making thousands of dollars every month on Youre memberships. Youre, again, it's $49.95 a month. And what you get in Youre is a member back office that's very, very beautiful. As a matter of fact, maybe I can show it to you here. Yeah, I'm not even going to go. Well, no, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue explaining to you what it is. So Youre, you get a member back office that is very, very functional. It tracks all of your sales. It tracks all of your downline. It tells you who's paying and who's buying what products. Also in there are links to really cool things. There's marketing tools in there, like banner ads, for example, I found today back there in the Youre section. It also gives a dashboard to all of the other activity in the products that are out there. Included are sales funnels, which are coming, landing pages, squeeze pages. It's really, really efficient stuff. Pre-written autoresponder emails, a full marketing plan. It's actually like, it's your home base for your U economy. So everybody is a member of Youre. You can write that down, $49.95 a month. And I will say, as a professional, if you were to break it out and actually go into the world yourself and have to find an e-commerce solution, and you want to build your own sales funnel, you want to design your own landing page, you want to create your own professionally written autoresponder emails, all of this stuff, all of the technology platform, it would cost you so much money that you would just blow it off. You'd go watch TV. Hold on, please. Can't talk right now. So that's the facts. Okay, so $49.95 a month, pays out 7 levels, pays out 84% commission every single month. And something I want to point out is it comes in real time. U Economy doesn't collect and aggregate the money and then pay you on Friday or the 15th or the 1st. It's in real time. When someone's credit card processes, when they up and they renew, boom, that money goes directly into your account. You can get the money out of your account a variety of ways. We use e-wallet. You can take a bank wire, have the company send you a check. But it's cash that's flowing every single day. And remember, right now we are at the very beginning of something that will be huge. The reason that I'm here with you after all that experience, 22 years of doing this for a living, being a company owner, is because this is so unique. I'm urging you to take advantage of this opportunity right now and get started with us at Youre. Now, there's 3 separate income engines here, okay? There are 3 separate income engines that comprise the U Economy. It's a hybrid program, okay? For those of you who like the smaller ticket programs, hey, it's $49.95. It pays out 7 levels deep. Those of you who are number crunchers who love comp plans, you can see where this is a 7-figure opportunity. It is now, that's for sure, because we are so new, we're so raw. The next step in the process, okay, so we have the Youre. The next step is something called U Marketplace. U Marketplace it's like, I think there's something called Udemy. That's a site that actually is kind of like U Marketplace. U Marketplace is an internet platform. There are 4 levels of commitment, and based on where you're participating in the U Marketplace, you'll have access to more tools. Okay, there's a $25 platform, very, very basic. And then there's a $100 program. And then there's $250. And then there's $500. Now, these are one-time payments. This is not a monthly recurable. You pay one time. There's a small admin fee. It's so small, I can't even remember. It's like 5%. No big deal. Forget about it. But you pay these fees one time. And now you have access to a platform that will encourage you, allow you, and even teach you to bring your products to the marketplace. The world is so huge. There are billions of people, and now because of the internet, we have access to every single one of them. I guarantee you that there is something that there is something that you do, there is something that you have a passion for, that there are many, many people who will want that. You can share that with the world. It doesn't have to be personal development or a network marketing product. You can sell your product, whatever sizzles you up, you can make it for sale, place it for sale in Youre Marketplace. Pretty cool, huh? I once knew a guy, actually I still know him, his name was Brock. His name is still Brock. Sorry, Brock, if you're watching. And Brock, timing was right for him, and he had a passion for paintball. He just loved paintball, right? He was one of these, I've never played paintball, but he was. And so he found out that was a niche. It was a niche in the market. So he went out, he did the research, he found as much material as he could and products in the paintball arena, and he put it out there for sale. It was before we had things like Youre Marketplace, so he had to be a little bit more savvy than we have to be. But he was able to take his passion for paintball and turn it into a lifestyle. He made a fortune. How about bowling, photography? Whatever it is that you're truly passionate about, not only will you have the opportunity to sell that product through Youre Marketplace to the entire world, but we're going to be able to teach you how to create products. As a matter of fact, you'll have access to products in Youre Marketplace that are done for you, that you can just go out there and sell them. Pretty cool, huh? Now again, Youre Marketplace is a separate component of Youre Economy. It has a different comp plan. And here's the way the comp plan works. Let's use the $500 enterprise level. That's where you should be. That's where I am. So you decide that you're going to become a member of Youre Marketplace. In Youre Marketplace, you're going to buy your product, your program from your sponsor, and you'll pay that individual $500. That's the cost of the highest level in Youre Marketplace. Now, the first step is you want to get your money back, right? Don't you? That's what everybody wants to do, is get their money back. So what we use here is something called the reverse one-up compensation plan. In the reverse one-up compensation plan, this is the way it works. You will get paid first. Your first sale that you make forever will pay you. So you get your money right back. The second sale that you make, the second will go around you. It passes up to your enroller. So now your sponsor made $500 when you became a member, and then your sponsor made another $500 with the second sale that you made. It's a nice way to say thank you to your sponsor. They brought you to the program, they mentored you, they taught you, and now they've made $1,000. Pretty cool, huh? Now that person that you pass up, that person will stay with your mentor. That person's gone. But now you are qualified, and you are in a money-making position for life. You never have to come out of pocket again, ever. So moving forward, if someone comes to you and you get marketing, and they purchase the $500 program from you, boom, you made all the money. 100% of the commission is paid to you. And then that person who bought the product from you will have to refer you their second sale. And that second sale that they referred you, that person is going to have to refer you their second sale. You see how this works? It's as simple as this. Every person who pays you will have to refer you their second sale. So that means that you will be receiving money from sometimes people that you have never met. You'll look into your member back office like, oh my goodness, a second sale is coming up from Billy Brown, who I never met anyway, but he's pretty busy. So maybe I better pick up the phone and work with Billy Brown a little bit more because he seems to be making stuff happen. But that's the way the compensation model works. It's called a reverse one-up. 100% of the commission is retained by you. Now, I want you to be aware of one thing, okay? In the Youre Marketplace, for example, you can get started for $25, or you can get started for $100, or $250, or $500. Now, if you get started at $50, and all of a sudden you see there's a lot of money being made, and you go, you know what? I got to get to that $150 level because you're only going to receive money up until the level that you're qualified. That's it. If somebody buys a $50 or $100 program, you don't get any of the money. So many times people will say, you know what, all right, I came in here at 25. I better get to 100. I better get to 250. I better get to 500. Well, when you come in at 500, included in that 500 is the 250, the 100, and the 50. And those other levels, 250, 50, and 100, you're already qualified. When people buy a 25 or maybe a $100 product from you or a 250 product from you, You're already qualified at those levels. You don't have to pass up any sales at those levels. You'll only pass up at the $500 level. Pretty cool. So that's the U marketplace. And I can sum it up this simply. In the U marketplace, you have the ability to teach the world or share with the world what you have. Oh, also in the U marketplace, let's use $100, for example. Let's say that you've got a product, a video course, and you're going to sell it for $100. Well, when you sell it for the $100, the company will actually capture the money. You don't even have to worry about a PayPal or getting an e-commerce or can I accept credit cards. That's all done for you. What happens is the person will buy your product from you marketplace. The company will retain 5%. The company retains 5%. And the reason is because there are fees. There's merchant fees. There's hosting fees. So in this case, if you sold a product for $100, you get $95 just sent to you. You can pull it out of your e-wallet. All you got to do is promote it. And here's something I thought of. This is something that came into my mind. We're a community, right? U Economy is a self-contained bubble. We're all in here together. And I'm predicting that there will be people who will make a killing without ever going outside of U Economy. In the U marketplace, there will be so many people looking for information. It's kind of like a captive audience. You'll be able to sell products directly in the environment without going outside. This is amazing. And before I get to this next level, which is where the real money is, it's called U Academy. Okay, we've got the basic fundamentals. We talked about U Crew. We've talked about U Marketplace. Now we're going to talk about U Academy, where the money is serious. The rules are the same in U Academy. They're the same, meaning that it's a one-time payment. You only have to qualify one time. You keep 100% of the profit. The company does get a small, we call it a licensing fee, but the numbers are really big. But before I talk about that aspect, before I talk about where the real action is, where the lifestyle money is, the Ferrari money, if you will, I want to just give you a little bit more background on who is responsible for U Economy. This dude's name is Peter Wolffing. He's 57 years old. He looks cool. He is a U.S. Marine. I think he was a sergeant in the U.S. Marines, which tells me that this is one disciplined man. This guy is he's very, very disciplined. He's pragmatic. He gets stuff done. He just is focused. There's nothing that's going to stop him from achieving his goal. Peter Wolffing is a unique character in so much as that he does have nearly 30 years experience in direct selling. He's kind of an icon. As a matter of fact, a magazine recently published an article and they referred to Peter Wolffing as the Uber of network marketing. Uber. What did Uber do? Uber came in and they just disrupted the whole thing. Peer-to-peer, rideshare. People have been driving taxis since 1907, I think I saw when the first taxi came off the assembly line. 110 years, people have been riding in taxis, and suddenly Uber comes in and shakes the whole thing up. And they're making billions of dollars. Well, these people compared in their mind after analyzing, interviewing, and spending time with Peter Wolffing, they said, dude, you're like the Uber. What you're doing here, what you're bringing to the world has never been done before, and this is really going to shake things up. Dig this. And you can check this out. This is verifiable information. Peter Wolffing and his companies, he's been a networker for over 20 years. He is responsible for about 2 million people, enrollees, members of his sales organizations. 2 million. How many of us struggle to sponsor a person? How excited are when we have got 10 personally sponsored people on our front line? We're talking about a dude who put 2 million people into direct selling network marketing companies. That's who's responsible for this. His companies have paid in excess of $400 million in cash money, spendable commission to the world. That's a lot of dough. That's almost $500 million. Just shy of $500 million. So this is who's responsible for what we're doing here. He's the guy. He's the man. So from my perspective, When I decided I was going to get started here with this U economy, I really did the analysis. I took a look. I did some due diligence because I don't want, you can see I'm not young anymore. You know, so I wanted to make sure that I was going to get in bid with the right people, with the right idea, with the right people, the right guy. And this guy is the right guy. As a matter of fact, on Thursdays, right here at Zoom Live, Peter comes out and shares the floor. He comes out, you can see him, you can meet him, you can ask him questions. That comes out every Thursday night, right here, 8 p.m. Eastern on Zoom Live. Peter is also available on Facebook. He's usually posting all the time. He's very responsive, very cool guy. We have a Facebook page. It's called U Economy Company. Go check it out, become a member. And we do a radio show every single morning at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, U Radio Live. We broadcast live. And probably, I would say, 3 out of 5 days a week, Peter shows up there. He just shows up, he puts his hand in the air, he comes out and he shares some enthusiasm. Guy's awesome. Guy is awesome. Peter Wolff. I'm really happy to have met this guy. I've been waiting for years. You know, I've had the roller coaster I'm talking about. I've been waiting. You know, it's like every once in a while you say to yourself, I got some game left in me. I can really, really get to the finish line. I can make myself another 7 figures a year. But you got to have the right partners. You got to have the people with the right vision. You got to have people with the experience, the knowledge. And that's who Peter Wolff is. So let me get to the most powerful aspect of our compensation model and our business. And this is called U Academy. Remember I said there are 3 components. The first one, again, should we have a quiz? The first one is U Crew. U Crew is $49.95. It's automated stuff. It's very, very cool. That's where all of the resources are. That's where your shopping stuff is at. That's where your money is going to be housed. That's really cool. $49.95 a month. Everyone must be a member. Everyone. Then the next step, I already talked about the U Marketplace. U Marketplace has commissions from $25 up to $500. It's the reverse one-up compensation plan. And that's the place where you get to sell your products to the world. Now, U Academy is where you really go to be taught. This is where Peter Wolff and his powerhouse group of teachers are going to teach you some stuff. And again, it's e-learning. For many people, the baby boomers, this is education that will really, really empower you to go another 50 years and never worry about money again. This is where the real action is. It starts with a $1,500 commitment. It's a $1,500 product that's called U Mentor. U Mentor is about to kick off. It's a 12-week series of U Mentor live events, okay, for 12 weeks, every single week. You're going to have an opportunity to meet, be taught by Peter Wolff and some of his people. Very foundational stuff, talking about mindset, overcoming fear, the most fundamental things. You know, when I first got started, I told you I had to borrow money. I had to overcome some fear, man. I had to look at life a little bit differently. I had to really do some very fundamental stuff. I had to stretch. That's the kind of stuff that you're going to be learning in the U Mentor series. It's a $1,500 product. It's 12 weeks. It's live mentoring, and it's the same compensation plan. If you decide to get started with us at U Mentor, this is very important. You should have U Mentor, by the way. It's a $1,500 product purchase. You buy the product one time. There's no recurring fees. That's it. Now you have U Mentor. You're plugged in. You're going to the course. You're going through the series, and now you want to share it. The first sale that you make pays you the $1,500. The second sale that you make goes to your mentor, and after that you are qualified and in a money-making position for life. And every single U Mentor sale that you make from that point forward, you keep 100% of the money. The next stop on the highway is U Digital. That's a $3,000 product. $3,000 product is a lot of audio files, PDF files. We've already heard some of it. We've been playing bits and pieces on our radio show. It's very, very exciting. It's about ready to launch. Really cool voices too. There are, like, I think it's a British guy on there that does the talking. It's very, very well done. But it's about digital marketing. It's about really getting into the digital age. It's about really understanding the nuance. It's a $3,000 product, same compensation plan. It's $3,000. You pay $3,000 to the person who sponsors you. Next thing you're going to do is make your first sale, pays you, you've broken even. Your second sale goes up. And from that point forward, you retain 100% of the profit on every sale that you make. The next step up is called, it's a $6,000 commitment. It's called Youre Network. In Youre Network, you actually, I'm sorry, forgive me, it's called Youre Brand. See, I'm remembering this stuff. It's branding. It's about learning about your personal brand, all right? You've already overcome some fear. You've got your paradigm shift that's taking place. Now you're understanding a little bit more of the digital marketing. It's a big course. Now you're going to get into branding. You're going to keep hearing about the importance of your brand, your brand. At some point in time, you're representing you, your brand, you economy. That is a $6,000 course. Again, same compensation plan applies. Next level up, that is Youre Network. That's a $12,000 course. A $12,000 product. Now, I know some of you guys are choking right now. You're still stuck at $49.95 a month. I know, I get it. This is not about how much money you are going to be paying for this material. This is about how much money you're going to be receiving. Remember, it's one time out of pocket. It's a one-time qualification. And from that point forward, you keep 100% of the money. The next step gets really exciting. It's called Youre Live. It's a $25,000 product. It's a live seminar. Now, these seminars will be taking place in North America, and they will be international. They're going to be in places like the Caribbean, all kinds of cool places. Seminars are so important to your business, and that's a $25,000 product. The seminar will have the speakers, they'll have the teachers that you've met along the way, and then you'll also meet some of the world's best thought leaders. And more importantly than what's happening on the stage when you're at a live event, it's what's happening in the back of the room. The meetings after the meetings, getting to hang with and have meals with people like Peter Wolff and some of the other leaders that you're going to meet. That's a $25,000 product. I predict that that will be our biggest seller. It's a $25,000 product. There are 2 events a year. And the cool thing, again, is you purchase the seminar tickets, you refer one person, now you're qualified. From that point forward, you keep 100% of the money on every single sale. And remember this, once you're qualified, every single person who pays you is required to refer you their second sale. And you can sponsor as many people along the front line as you want. These are actually called Paylines, and they can run fast and furious, and they can run deep. Now there's a next level. I'm going to save it for a minute. The next level is $50,000, and that's mastery. When you get there, you're hanging with like LeBron James, okay? You're hanging with the titans of direct selling. You're going to be mentored by and introduced to people who really are making stuff happen, and you'll have the ability, the resources to actually build something monumental for yourself if you want to be a player. Before we talk about the mastery level though, something I want to point out. Remember when we were talking about the Youre Marketplace? And I told you that if you buy the $500 product, included at no additional cost is the $250, the $100, and the $25. Remember? Well, the same rule applies to the to here in Youre Academy. So if you were to purchase the $25,000 seminar package, included in that seminar package, included is the $12,000 program, which is the Youre Network, the $6,000 program, which is Youre Branding, $3,000, which is Youre Digital, and the $1,500 Youre Mentor program. All of that is included in the one-time purchase of $25,000. If you do the math, and you actually were to stair step your way up, meaning you purchased the $1,500 program, then you purchased the $3,000 program. Now you have $4,500 invested, and then you purchased the $6,000 program. Now you've got $10,500 that you've invested. Then you purchase the $12,000 program. Now you're at $22,500. Then you buy the $25,000 program. That's nearly $50,000 in cash money that you've invested in your business. Or you can do the smart thing, which I believe is this intelligent play for a business owner, is invest $25,000 in yourself and your business and get all of the rest of that stuff is included. And you remember that I said that you have to pass up your second sale? Well, when you come in at that high level, you don't have to pass up the second sale at the 12, the 6, the 3, or the 15. You're qualified. You only will pass up $125,000 sale to your sponsor. And the fees, which are going up to 10%, meaning that on the $25,000 package, there's a $2,500 admin fee. Remember, you keep 100%. You keep 100% of every sale. But when you participate at a high level, your admin fees are also included. You only pay the one-time admin fee. And most importantly, you're fully qualified. Again, you're fully qualified, meaning that you don't pass up any sales at these. I can't say this enough. This is like such a, this is where your mind will explode. Okay, for real. This is life-changing money. And of course, again, there's a $50,000. Now, I know that some of you guys are still freaking out about a $49.95. And now I'm going to talk to you about a $50,000 commitment. Well, it's not for everyone, but it is for some. And like minds, it's like birds of a feather. You get yourself positioned. You participate at that high level. And I promise you that something else takes place. Really at any level. But it's a one-time out of pocket. You'll never come out of pocket again. You're fully vested in your business. And you're a master now. You'll actually be like, oh, I'm there. I'm at the mastery level. I've covered all of these bases. I have all of this information, and I've got the tools and the resources to move forward. I've got the self-image that says, yes, I'm worthy of $50,000 payments. Let's do a little math. If you were to do 10 seminar packages a year, that's $250,000. 10 times 25,000 is $250,000. And let's say that you did 4, which is only 4 out of 10. That's only 4 out of your 10 who are going to actually get it. 4 of your mastery level products, that's 200,000. Now you've made 450,000 with just a small handful of people who are of like mind. I can't impress upon you enough how simple this really is. The reason I'm here is because of the simplicity. I'm here to say, if you just focus on bringing people to Youre, that's it. You just focus on Youre. Everything else will start taking care of itself. The pack will travel as fast as the leader. Youre members become You Marketplace members, become You Academy members. And they follow their own pace and they grow. And this is a long-term play. And I know the formula. I know the formula. I know, and I'm going to share this formula with you very soon. And the reason I'm not sharing it yet is because we're still figuring it out. We're still seeing how the thing takes place, because there is a formula, there is a rhythm. And at some point, you can guarantee, you can predict your end result, your income every single day, week, and month. You can predict it by how many people are joining you at Youre. It's amazing. It is amazing. I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk to you about today. I think the other thing I want to share with you before we conclude our time together here, and if anybody does have a question, if you're listening today for the first time and you're wondering what this is about, or if you have a question or even a comment, all you got to do is raise your hand. Hey, Karen, I see everybody down here. You can raise your hand and I can bring you out here and you can share some space with me here if you would like. The last thing that I want to talk about here this morning and this evening, and possibly what is the most important aspect of You economy. It's you, it's your economy, but it's we together, okay? It's a community. It really is a tribe. And we demonstrate that each and every weekday morning. You can come and you can hear voices. You're free to participate every morning. And you hear from people from around the world. Literally, last week we had somebody from Germany. We had somebody chime in from, I don't know, New Zealand. I mean, it's really cool. All over North America, Canada, of course. And so it's a tribe of people. It's a community of people who really do care. They show up every single day. They really are there to help you and assist you in growing as far as you possibly want to. And the other thing is that the internet, as powerful as it is the great disconnector. It's the disconnector, right? I mean, walk down the street, go into any public place, and you'll see people just stuck on their cell phones, just stuck. They don't put them down. They're like, it's crazy. And they're disconnected from each other. They're disconnected from the world. They're in their own little. I saw the other day, last week, a woman in New Jersey on her cell phone walked right into a hole, where they open up the sidewalks on the East Coast and the old Rust Belts, open up the sidewalks so they can lower products and services down into the basement. This woman walked right into the hole, watching her cell phone, bloop, there she was gone. The world's so disconnected. And when you get onto the internet marketing side of things, it's big, it's fast, it's furious. There are tons of, what did I say? $13,584,474.88 per hour is being spent just on e-learning. See, Amazon just acquired Whole Foods, revolutionized everything. You're gonna be able to buy your groceries online. It's crazy. But who are the people on the other end? Who is really asking for your credit card? Everyone knows about credit card numbers being stolen and credit card fraud, and we know about that. Who really is on the other end? Well, here, and the cool thing, I think the coolest thing about You Economy is that we are here. We're real people. You don't have to worry. The person who's going to enroll you, they have got your best interest at heart. They truly do. That's very unique in our community. And that's why we come together every single day, to demonstrate that live aspect. So if you would like to join us every morning, weekdays, or if you have someone who is thinking about what's going on, they're thinking about whether this is for them, invite them to come and hear in the morning. Have them come. They can ask a question. They can hear from people who are having results, real people, young, old, all over the world. Men, women. It's very, very cool. So that's it. Let me see. Let me just check something here, if I may. Don't you love live events? I got people coming in and out of my house right here. Oh, it's still 118. They don't even fly certain jet planes. Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport over here, they're actually grounding some jets. Some airplanes, they can't function above 118, so they're grounding planes. So that's what's going on today. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here. I trust that this made sense to you. We do have somebody that has their hand in the air. John C. I'm not sure who you are, but I'm going to promote you, and I'm gonna see who you are, John. I hope you got your camera on. I hope you have your shirt on, John. John C. There you are. Hey, John. Hold on, you're muted here. Hold on, John. I can't hear you. There you go. I can hear you now if you talk.
Awesome. Yeah, quick question was, this has been great. It's been wonderful to listen to you and to get a greater perspective of what we're doing here and what we're launching for on 9/18. And in the meantime, I was wondering if I could connect with yourself and others, including my mentor, who I'm sure is most likely on here, John Weigard, and Peter, and see if we can put some knowledge package together for myself to work with the You Academy level. I have a really good market space. I believe this will work really well with, and so please reach out to me, to get this running. How I can help in the meantime. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, John, and thanks for coming out here today. And we appreciate your comments. And I'm going to make sure, because I do get a chance to work with Peter. And this morning we had John. John was here today at 6 p.m. Eastern training. He was on the radio show this morning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you from the panel right now. But what I'm going to do is get a hold of those guys. Okay, I'm going to make sure that they know that you are willing. And we're always looking for people who let me see. We're always looking for people who can participate, okay? We do have that You Academy part. We have, it's called the You Mentors, okay? And you hear John always talking about faculty, and we are going to be teaching in-house, right? It's kind of like homegrown talent, homegrown, okay? There are people who come here, like John, who has a niche in the market, has a passion for something, and he's gonna be able to have the platform, have the ears of people, and then he'll be able to get out there and begin promoting from within, homegrown. He gets his start here, and the next thing you know, he's the next Brendan Bouchard with 10 million views. Who knows what happens, but anything is possible, for real. So thanks for coming out, John. I'll make sure that we'll reach out to you. That was John checking in. Again, I want to thank everyone. Anybody else, if you have a question or a comment, that is now's the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is available. If you're watching right now, was the presentation okay? Tell your friends about it, okay? We're going to archive this and we'll leave it out there. It's very, I think, a simple explanation to understand exactly how this works. There is a ton of money on the table. There are people who are watching right now who will be seven-figure earners before the year is out. It's going to happen. It already is happening. So again, from Scottsdale, Arizona, going to go jump into the pool, have myself something nice and cool. Until then, you guys, we will see you tomorrow morning. We'll be back at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time at, what do we call it again? U Radio Live. Until then, make it a great evening, everybody.